into this Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez thing, and before we start, I do want to play a clip. We are here, but there's something that went on, the latest development in this case. This is coming from lawyers from workers. He's somebody who's in the courtroom. Shout out to the reporters who are getting us the news to where we can read it and understand it, or listen to it and understand it. Allegra with Mob Radio. She been doing her thing. Alex Alonso with Street TV. I actually called into him and talked one night. He been getting all the information from the courtroom to the people. They taking notes on what's being said as it's going on and happening. And lawyers for workers right here. This is the latest thing he said that happened in the courtroom.
Interesting testimony.
I'm gonna play the last two things. So we'll be updated on what happened in court today.
All right, there was a report about a juror having some potential improper contact. The internet was taking a tweet and running with it. That's not what the tweet said. So first off, let's be clear on what the issue with the juror is. There's a juror who has an issue. Has nothing to do with contacting Tory's team. Their issue are medical doctor appointments that were preventing them from being able to attend the trial. They've told the judge, and now the judge is discussing with the lawyers whether, given this juror's need to show up to their doctor's appointments, they need to be replaced with an alternate. Separately, the prosecution has raised the issue that the jurors are walking in and out of the courtroom and don't always have a sheriff's escort with them. So the prosecution is saying that there is the potential for improper contact between jurors and members of the media, members of the audience, members of the public, and anybody in Tory's team. They could be walking into the building together. They could end up in an elevator together. And so as a result, the prosecution is asking the judge to make sure that the sheriff's department escorts the jurors in and out of the courtroom and make sure that there is no improper contact between jurors and the defendant or the media or members of the public. That's all. I don't expect this to be a big issue. We will see if ultimately this...
Yeah. Meg's hairstylist, EJ, testified. Let me catch you up on what went on with him. It was a very, very interesting testimony from him. First of all, I'm 6'4". This guy's like 6'5". Huge presence, heels. He's like clicking, stomping through the courtroom. He had beautiful flowing hair down to like his belly button, bright pink suit on, amazing presence. And then the scene that he walked into. So we had lunch, and then we come back from lunch, and like 30, 45 minutes goes by. The judge isn't there. The lawyers aren't there. Everybody's very confused. What's going on? Well, what's going on is nobody had ever heard what EJ had to say before. And so the lawyers and the judge were in the back going over with EJ to make sure his testimony is appropriate to present to the jury. Now, when he comes out, the defense attorney presents him as their witness. He's the defense's first witness. The defense attorney explains to the jury that nobody has ever spoken to him. The police have never interviewed him. No one knows what he's going to say. There was a moment where the question is asked to EJ, hey, at some point in the night, did something happen to Meg that gave you concern? And EJ lets out a big sigh. And he's like, yes. And we were on the edge of our seat, like, what is he about to say? Then he's like, her wig started slipping. And then he's like, yo, her wig started slipping. I went to her. I was like, yo, we got to fix this wig. We tried to fix it, and then it started slipping some more. We went to the bathroom. In the bathroom, we realized this wig cannot be fixed, and we were ready to go. The rest of his testimony, let me take you what he went. First off, amazing witness, great presence, believe everything he said. I'd said that about Kelsey in the morning. By the afternoon, nobody believed anything Kelsey said. The whole day, EJ testified. The whole day, everybody believed what everything EJ said, if you ask me. So EJ testified. They get there. They check into their room. Kelsey goes, starts playing Pong. Meg changes, comes down. She's playing Pong. Everybody starts drinking. Defense attorney, hey, how much did they drink? He's like, a lot. Like, how much? And he's like, well, EJ, I remember at some point thinking to myself, damn, that's a lot of bottles these people have gone through. And the defense attorney established that there was about 6 to 8 people there who had drank almost 6 to 7 bottles, according to EJ. On cross-examination, the prosecutor came out and he's like, well, how many people were there? And were some of them, wasn't Odell Beckham Jr. there? He's a big guy. And EJ was like, nah, BJ wasn't drinking. And so it kind of killed the prosecutor's point. Look, EJ established they're very drunk. The other big point that EJ established, he said that Kelsey packed her own bag. He said that he had seen previously in Meg's luggage and her items things for personal protection like mace, a taser, and what looked like a handgun. He didn't see it that night, or he doesn't recall whether he saw it that night, but before he had seen it, he established that Kelsey packed her own bag and that he moved Kelsey's bag from his car to the trunk of Tory's car. And then the defense established that if you look at where the bag is, Kelsey's bag, when the police pulled over the car, the bag is not in the trunk anymore. The bag has been moved from the trunk, from the over the third row, and it's now in the middle of the bench seat. So, question, did somebody move that bag? Did the gun come out of the bag? That's where the defense is going with this. The rest of EJ's testimony, he basically said that, there was this issue with Tory and Kylie, and it eventually gets Meg to be irritated, not acting like herself. He also explained that Corey Gamble was there, suggesting that, it's time to go, and that's when he felt a little uncomfortable, like, we need to get going. There was a laugh out loud moment in the courtroom when he was like, the defense was like, why'd you feel like you needed to go? He's like, I don't want to, I felt like we were the black people and we were the last people there, and so I didn't want to be the last black people there. The whole courtroom laughed. I laughed. EJ was, like I said, just a tremendous witness. And the rest of the testimony, it was just tit for tat. The defense would bring something up, the prosecution would bring something up. So, the prosecution's like, oh, did you see Kelsey with a gun in her bikini bottoms? And EJ was like, no. So the defense attorney would go up and be like, did you see Tory with a gun in his swimming trunks? And EJ was like, he wasn't wearing swimming trunks, he was wearing drawers. And the defense attorney's like, he was wearing what? He's like, he's wearing drawers. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like boxer short, like drawers. There was a point about cooking, and the cross-examining, the defense attorney was bringing out all of the lies in Meg's statement, and so then the prosecution tried to get EJ in a line. He's like, wasn't Meg cooking? And EJ's like, yeah, Meg was cooking. And he's like, wasn't she cooking nachos? And EJ's like, no, I remember tacos. And he's like, are you sure it was taco night, are you? Like, oh my God, like, what are we talking about? It's another part.
This case has become a real,
the prosecutor is like, they were very drunk. Well, are they happy drunks or are they mean drunks? And EJ's like, what do you mean? Like, what does that mean? And then it really blew up in the prosecutor's face, because EJ's like, well, they're party starters, they can be happy, but Meg it can also go left. Meg can be very wild, she can be not herself. Kelsey can be like the Tasmanian devil, she can cuss you out, she can really start barking. And if you ask me, listening to that part, it was like, ultimately EJ made for entertaining witness, other than the fact that he established that Meg lied about things and is not being completely truthful about things, like why she didn't want to leave, whatever. But the big thing that he established was that Kelsey packed her own bag, that he put the bag in the trunk. Why? During the time that they moved this car with the bag gone from the trunk to the middle seat. That sounds very interesting to me. That's a good point established by the defense.
All right, subscriber only.
So I do want to say this. I didn't really look to see who did they say that this gun belonged to.
They saying the Kelsey girl.
Saying it belongs to Kelsey as far as
that's who they was asking about
the bag and
the bag, who packed the bags, and then they was asking him.
He said he saw one before.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So I'm saying, in this act, just to be in this actual shooting, the one that got shot, did it belong to Kelsey? Like the one that's in evidence for the shooting.
I have no idea.
They
ain't said nothing like that. Not from what I heard. They ain't
okay,
said
I haven't heard anything on that shit.
That whole motherfucker just went left. Like,
this whole thing been going left and back and forth every day. So at this point in time, we now have a witness saying he's seen Kelsey with a gun.
Right.
So if that's the case, where did this gun pop up and go from? And it's like certain people are saying Megan shot her. Who shot her at this point, bro? Because the bodyguard hasn't showed up to court. The bodyguard didn't come. They put that out. That was Megan's bodyguard who claimed that he got an admission from Tory Lanez that he shot Megan. And he got the text 5 minutes after the shooting. Kelsey texted him and said Tory shot Meg. Bro, it's been up and down.
He didn't come to court.
The bodyguard did not show up to court. He didn't come to court.
So all that shit he talking about don't even
out.
matter, right?
Megan and Kelsey have lied since this incident. That came out in court. Because Kelsey told one story back in September. Now she's telling a different story in court. Yeah. Megan says she didn't sleep with Tory. Comes out. This whole ordeal is like Pookie and everybody say this dick and pussy shit. Who fucking on who? Yeah. Alcohol gets involved. And as I always say, bro, the main thing, when you're fucking around with the fuck around, man, it's 2 pieces of advice that I got for you. Be transparent.
Yeah.
And if you know you're a motherfucker that get in your feelings, wear condoms, because feelings will eliminate that motherfucking feeling of you feeling away and getting upset.
You understand?
You ain't never caught feelings for a motherfucker that you wore a condom on, bro.
That shit.
You just not. You not, bro. You not. You not gonna catch feelings for somebody you pop with a condom on. Now you pop a motherfucker raw, shit get connected. So that's why I say.
I don't know. That shit
No,
deep. I feel where you come from. That
with
shit
Megan,
crazy.
Tory, and Kelsey, the best piece of advice I could give them, bro, besides, we not pushing shooting women, beating women, or nothing like that.
Right.
But I am gonna push, hey man, if you just want to fuck on somebody, use the rubber because you won't catch feelings.
yeah.
She won't go crazy about you and you won't go crazy about her. The plastic is gonna eliminate all that bullshit, my nigga. If they would have been fucking with condoms, bro, they would have not been fighting over this bullshit, bro.
I don't know what they were doing, bro. I wouldn't.
Bro, I guarantee it ain't my concern. This is their personal business, my nigga. We keeping it 1,000. If this ain't my concern, this ain't my personal business. It don't matter to me what they do.
I guarantee.
No, it don't matter. It don't matter to me what they do. I'm just saying, if that nigga was strapping up, they would not be fighting and punching over that in that goddamn car, man. I ain't never went crazy over no pussy. I had to wear a condom on, bro. I'm a human like them. The skin will make you commit a sin, nigga. I'm just keeping it 1,000, nigga. I'm like, bro, I'm serious. Why is y'all laughing, bro?
Oh, shit.
Bro, I'm serious, bro. No, y'all laughing.
It's just funny. It's just funny because that's just funny. I'm high, bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit
Bro,
just funny
I'm just
to me,
trying
bro.
to teach and educate.
I'm listening. I'm listening to you.
You got a hell of a
that
point.
shit just funny to me, nigga, because I'm just sitting there. I'm really thinking like, let me see. This nigga say the skin gonna make you sin.
Gonna make you sin.
The plastic, you ain't even much attracted, basically. You know what I'm talking about?
Real. Bro, you know what a young nigga told me, bro?
That's crazy.
I had a young nigga told me, like, they were talking about some little bitch or whatever, then the nigga's like, yeah, bro, man, I missed that. Man, that was my little thing. He's like, man, my boy came behind me and took her from me. He's like, boy, I ain't hit her. He was like, nigga, you did hit her. You did hit her. It's like, nigga, no, I didn't. He's like, nigga, she told me you hit her. They was just some little young niggas over there by my little brother.
Right.
Bro, the little nigga over there said, nigga, I ain't hit that hoe. Nigga, I wore a condom. Nigga, I don't know what that pussy feel like. I was like, bro. These young niggas is wild, nigga. He said, if I wore a condom on her, I ain't fuck her, nigga. I said, bro, this shit is sick, man.
Youngster.
Nah, that's just the game. We shall see what happens on a serious note, though. We not pushing violence on women.
It's just funny out loud, I guess.
Bro, this thing went all over the place. I didn't hear what the other witness said, though, today, y'all. My bad.
Which one?
The witness, the neighbor.
When
neighbor.
they found the shell casings in the yard.
Yeah, I don't know what the neighbor said.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what the neighbor said.
That's some vital information.
The neighbor was saying he saw the fight between Meg and Kelsey. That's what they got reported out. I don't know if he went in court and said that yet, so my bad. But to be very clear, Kelsey and Megan's testimony on the stand is what they said cancel out to me. So we are here now. Yeah. Pretty much we don't know who did what, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna end with a
look how far this dick and pussy shit didn't went.
It just didn't went.
This shit. That's how you go to show you that shit ain't nothing but messy shit.
Yep.
Facts.
That shit messy all in the courtroom.
All in the courtroom, man.
Not big facts. Big facts.
They got the prosecutors in that motherfucker laughing.
Facts.
Shout out Rico Thuggin, man. Appreciate you, homie.
Yeah, shout out to Rico Thuggin on the donation, bro. Appreciate it.
Thuggin my boy.
Yes, sir.
We shall see, though. I think personally now that unless something drastically changes, we're not gonna get the truth. We're not gonna get the truth. Like it's not like I think Tory will be found innocent.
Yeah.
Because you can't convict him off of these testimonies and information they have. And then I think we just don't ever know what really happened without a doubt. But here we go, man.